Oh boy, sounds like the Vikings are going to be up against the elements this Sunday. Let's talk about it. What's up, Vikings Nation, and welcome to the Minnesota Vikings Syndicate. I'm your host, Trey Wicks. Now, before we get started, if you're a new viewer, we talk all things Minnesota Vikings football on this channel. So if that's something you would like, consider hitting that subscribe as we're trying to reach 550 subs by November 14th. We're slowly getting there. Slowly but surely, we're currently at like 520-ish, somewhere around there. So make sure to drop a subscription. Anyways, let's get to it. This weekend, we take on the Buffalo Bills, one of our hardest matchups, if not the hardest matchup of the entire season. You can consider the Eagles a hard matchup, but in week 2, we really didn't know what we were going to get, okay? However, now we do. The Bills are a very good football team in the National Football League, and we're traveling to Orchard Park in Buffalo, where they have an outdoor stadium. So what does that mean? Well, you might deal with a little bit of wind, a little bit of rain, maybe some snow. Depends on the season, really. That's what it depends on. And, well, apparently, it is fall, getting close to winter. This Sunday, the Vikings might not only be going up against the Bills, but against the elements as well. Now, Christopher Gates went through this and gave us kind of a little glimpse at what to expect for this Sunday's matchup against the Buffalo Bills. He said, basically, however, okay, after taking a look at the early forecast for Orchard Park, New York for Sunday, the elements could be a factor when the Purple head out there to take on the Buffalo Bills on Sunday afternoon. The forecast from Weather Underground currently shows a kickoff temperature in the mid-30s with a rain/snow mixture forecast to be falling for most of the day and winds out of the west at between 10 and 20 miles an hour. Okay. This isn't going to be one of those games where we see highlights of the goalpost being bent because of the winds or 6 inches of snow on the ground or anything like that. But for a team that doesn't have to deal with the elements a whole lot, it does provide a potential added dimension to things for the Vikings. I don't know if it will affect them that much, but it's something to keep an eye on for the rest of the week. Now, you can let me know and answer this question. Do you like the idea of a weather game for this Sunday's game against the Buffalo Bills? I'm going to say not a fan, okay? Not necessarily a fan. I wish every game or maybe every game was indoors. That means it would be on a fair playing ground because the Vikings have an indoor stadium. So when we travel to these outdoor stadiums, we're against the elements, something we're not used to entirely. But I think we'll be just fine. I honestly do, because this team is resilient. We fight hard to the very end. We find ways to win those close ball games. So if that is going to be a factor, if the weather is going to be a factor, at least they might possibly have Case Keenum at quarterback. Now, I'm not saying they're any worse with Case Keenum, but it does help us out a tad bit. Okay, so if it's a rain-snow mixture, I still think this Vikings team will play up to par and play like they have literally the whole season up to this point. So, yes, the weather might be a factor. However, I don't think it's going to stop us much or slow us down that much. I still expect a pretty solid game from the Minnesota Vikings this Sunday. So there you have it. The Vikings might be going up not only against the Bills, but up against some unfortunate little bit of a weather pattern going through Buffalo. Anyways, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 550 subs by November 14th. Have a great rest of your day, and Skol Vikes.